That's it. That's how we start the new episodes from now on. 3, 2, 1%. Welcome to episode 56 of That Range Life, a show sometimes about golf.
Didn't we do a half a episode before, either on the podcast or on this show, where we had to redo it? Maybe that was with you and Victor.
Oh, Victor and I had to do that show 3 times.
Yeah.
And we keep talking about that. Like, weren't those the funny days?
Oh,
We're
my
50, 55, 50. Well, technically, we're 56 episodes into this stupid show.
Yeah.
Making rookie mistakes.
Oh, God. It's my mistake. I take full responsibility for it.
I will not
viewers and Bill, that this is on me.
I will not accept, because I'm like a rat hockey player. If there's a sheet of ice to skate on, I'm going, except they don't pack. It's a reference. But so It's like, hey, you got a show to record and need me, I'll do it. It's not about recording the second show. It's like, hey, part of the team. You're upset about it. You're down. Hey, we screw up together. We're a team.
I feel like I've really recovered though. If we would have done this show right after I found out that we lost, would have been rough.
Because I would have been like
very upset.
I would have been taking all of the cues and woe-manning you the whole time. And you'd be, no, you woe-man. No, expletive you expletive.
It would have been.
Don't woe-man me.
I had to check the E-box for explicit. There's no doubt. Although I got to say, now that we're hanging out here and I'm on the couch just chilling, I feel like, maybe this is a blessing in disguise, because I can tell you now, viewers, you're going to see me like this more often now, because I'm super relaxed and comfortable on my couch.
I legit thought you meant that as, now you're kind of enjoying yourself and this is nice. We're having a nice camaraderie moment, but no, it's just because of the couch. I forget who I'm talking to.
I always enjoy myself when I'm with you, William. You know that.
You lying son of a bitch.
Anyways,
can we talk about that show? We recorded a decent little show too.
We did.
We had bits. We were doing bits. We had a great argument, and I was like pushing buttons from pre-production meetings.
It's true. The only thing that survived the first recording was the cold open, which we're
still going to use.
Yeah,
but hey,
we did use. As people watch this, they already know.
That's a good point. Who knows how this shit works anymore? Like I was plugging. I had a whole thing going. I was head to toe in new Driver Range Heroes merch, including this hoodie here. But because I was wearing the clothes yesterday, they are now in the laundry. So you'll notice a continuity error in the cold open to now.
Which is funny because you wouldn't notice if you saw me, because I've got the same hoodie and hat on.
It's Chris's show hoodie, though. And to be fair, that's sort of what this is, too. Let's be honest.
It's true.
But yeah, so I guess you should plug that. We have a lot of the Second City Golf store featuring personalized shops for Driver Range Heroes, Chris McEwen Media, which, by the way, I loved when the media got added into the name to make it sound more official when we opened this whole thing. I
looked at your guys' stuff and I'm like, I need something else in that title.
Just for like number of words, because my name is not professional nor serious.
I don't know.
Got this mug here. That's probably whitewashed. Who cares?
It's a good mug. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff on the website. The link's in the description. We've had a couple of our show pals, our show veterans, our show hardcore fans go and grab some stuff, and we appreciate that. And I think you mentioned on the first recording of the show is that we're not making any money off of that stuff. It's more just like a fun thing if people want to go and
rep the brand a little bit, spread the good word. Love it. Right. I mean, like we said, no promises down the road. I say, we said, guys, you're going to have to remember, we had a whole show we recorded and had these conversations. So we're going to reference things that we assume you know about and you don't. We're going to have a good gear talk I think I can do it literally a third time.
It's
Actually, that's really probably the cause of this problem. But I think I can do this gear talk for a third time, and I think it'll be pretty good, even though we're laid back. Hey, you can't lean forward, by the way, because
I'm out of
your
focus.
camera isn't adjusted to it. We're gonna have to get you a cardboard cutout to sit on your couch so you can zoom in on your phone and focus in, right?
I need my dog to sit in for a minute so I can get it right. Anyways, all right. Sorry,
Anyway, so gear talk.
I didn't mean to sit forward and be interested in what you were saying. I'll sit back now.
That's what. Yeah, don't be. It's not worth it. Yeah, gear talk. We're gonna talk about the KBS One-Step putter shaft. Back to what I was saying too about the store. Listen, eventually running a free YouTube channel does get expensive, especially when your name's Chris McEwen, and then where you follow Chris McEwen's leading. Well, I guess I better buy a microphone too. So who knows? Maybe one day we actually will need to generate some revenue, but right now we just want you to be part of the team. Pick up some merch.
That's a great way to put it. Come be part of the team.
People will ask you if you wear a Driver Range Heroes branded thing, like, "Oh, what golf course is that?" And you're like, "It's not. It's some idiot on the internet." And I go, "Yep, that's me.
Right. That's right.
That's me." Anyway,
right.
all right. So we're gonna save everybody. Oh God, you had the great background of the snow. I mean, guys, sorry you missed one, but that's okay. We're gonna talk gear talk. We'll keep it short today. We wanted to get you guys something rather than take a week off because we screwed up. So that's this show. That's why I'm wearing a hoodie, for Christ's sake. All right, let's get. I'm sure KBS will be so happy for this rousing intro before their gear talk. All right, let's get into gear talk now. All right, so like a fool, when we had our show issue before, I took my cards are no more, so we're going on the fly here for this KBS One-Step putter shaft gear talk. Okay, so Chris, let's try. I gotta take the hoodie off. It's too much.
Now there was we should pump the unboxing that you did a few weeks ago and throw a card up, wherever we can put a card. So those that have watched the unboxing have an idea about this fella, but you hadn't tested it yet, so we didn't know if it lived up to its hype.
So this is the first discussion we're going to have about actual testing of this putter shaft. And if you want, don't forget, link down there somewhere, driverangeheroes.com. You can read my review and look at pictures that, again, because a lot of them will be in this video. Stay tuned. Stay tuned, folks. Anyway, the One-Step putter shaft. So this recently came out. It came out this season, and started popping up on tour as these things usually do. And I said, hey, I remember when they made this shaft. I started seeing the shaft in pictures like 2 years ago. And when KBS released the CT Tour putter shaft, which is like a basic stepless steel shaft, I thought this was what to expect. I thought this goofy, weird looking steel shaft was going to be the new putter shaft from KBS, and it wasn't. So this thing's been lurking, and I've been aware of it for quite some time. Now here's the story with this thing, right? If you look at it, it's sort of familiar. Not to, we'll throw another name in here, but Breakthrough Golf Technology has that that graphite upper portion and like a thin standard size steel portion in the bottom of the shaft, but it's same concept, right? Big, heavier, weighted, thicker part toward the top, and the bottom is your standard steel portion going into the putter head. But I've never seen this in a steel shaft before. Like that's a 3-piece shaft that Breakthrough Golf Technology one. Graphite, steel, and then this little like weight cone thing where they join, right?
And we'll get to cost in a bit, but that putter shaft is much more expensive than this one.
Correct. Yeah. That is a $200 to $300 shaft, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Which I'm still gonna say I don't think we're out of the. It's not a crazy investment, especially we talked in our practice show. If you're spending a couple $1,000s on some tour Scotty Cameron or Tyson Lamb, whatever it is you're spending your money on,
right.
if you might as well make some putts with it, and if you like, if that shaft makes you a better putter, spend $300. It's not that crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
I had mentioned in, show 1 that, we spend more than that on a driver shaft, and that's a club that we use, 14 times, 12 times around, what have you,
right,
compared to a putter shaft where you're using it. I think you had said, like, up to maybe 30 to 40 times in a
or
in a
50.
round,
Like,
or
I've seen
50.
it. Well, and I
Right.
think both of these brands interestingly hang on that a little bit. Like, if you're willing to spend that much money on a driver shaft, a fairway wood shaft, a hybrid shaft, even iron shafts in some case. Well, not quite that much, but I mean, I think there's probably graphite iron shafts that get up to $100 a shaft.
Sure.
When someone like, "What? Show me that." Like, I don't know, dude. You get the
They're
point.
out there. Go You can find them yourself,
Yeah.
lazy.
Google golfworks.com. Try them. Anyway, this one by KBS is just steel, and I want
Mhm.
to come back to that point after we mention the cost here.
Yeah.
Um, KBS straight steel, $65 for the chrome finish, 75 for the matte black and the PVD, or matte black and polished black PVD finish. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, but both of them are hanging on the concept, right? You use this thing a lot. Why not invest in it? And it's a pretty reasonable investment to arguably make you a better putter, save you strokes. And to that point, if you're using it 50 times, that's a lot. I mean, at your best, you one putt every hole. It's 18 putts. That's still more times than you use the
Right.
driver in a round.
Right. You're still getting more value out of a putter shaft.
Right.
It's true.
Okay, so we've talked enough about the like, okay, there's not
Yes.
really
So
much
let's
like
talk
it.
about, what does it do? What's the design behind this thing? What's the purpose?
So, like I said, it's a steel shaft, steel
Mhm.
putter shaft, and you would think a steel shaft is a steel shaft is a steel shaft. Well, that's kind of the problem. How much has the steel putter shaft evolved since they came out? And I understand, like, oh, but they made stepless ones. I'm like, yeah, but the weighting's the same. Like, nothing's changed about them. And really,
Yeah.
it's like they're really like $12 steel shafts. There's nothing to them. It's really like as bare minimum, quote unquote hunk of junk as they get. Like, why can't the putter shaft be upgraded and be a better tool and perform better, right?
Yeah. Sure.
So KBS has done that with both their putter shafts. You take their CT Tour, which is your traditional straight steel shaft, as I said, but they gave it a stiffer profile. It's consistently weighted throughout the thing, so you don't have any weird balance points or whatever. You get a stiffer feel. Okay, we'll talk about that another time. Point is, it's made to hang it with these modern putter heads that are 350 grams, 360 grams, 400 if you get into some of these mallets.
Yeah.
When the original steel shafts were getting made, they weren't made. Think of like a tailor-made Spider. They weren't making mallets
Right.
that big, that
Right.
heavy in
Right.
1973.
Right.
So
Right.
KBS said, people like a steel shaft. There's things we can do here. Why not make a better steel shaft? So you had that CT Tour, but then you have this goofy one with its single step, that like thicker, heavier top portion. Like I said earlier, I mean, it is like when you look at this thing, it feels and looks like you have a telephone pole for a putter shaft.
Right.
And then there's
Right.
one step, like 2/3 of the way down, into a skinny part, which looks like a little toothpick sticking out of the telephone pole. And it's an optical illusion thing. It's not that. I
Right.
mean, it's a
Right.
relatively
But it's pretty dramatic to the eye.
yeah.
I mean,
It's
to be
not
fair.
what
Yeah.
I can't even think of like the right word. It's like it's balanced, but it is significant in it. You
Sure.
would think like this could be tough to get used to looking at. And yes, right at first when you set it down behind the ball, it's a little weird looking. But I mean,
Right.
it wasn't like I can't do this. It's too much. Like I got used to it fairly quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's definitely playable, especially if you're concentrating where you're supposed to be concentrating. Like you're not even really looking at the putter shaft. And I tested the matte black one, and that thing almost just like once you're focused on the ball and the head, just sort of like blurs itself into your peripheral, where the chrome might
Sure.
like catch a little more sun and get in your eyes a bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Didn't try it. Uh, but regardless, it's not a problem visually. Talking a lot about this thing, but haven't even got to the whole point of it. It's
Right. I
so
was
the
gonna say. All
KBS's
right, now
design
what
here
is it supposed to do?
is
Right,
supposed to stabilize the putter, right? Here, the reason being, think about adding more steel to make this like thicker top portion of the shaft. It's going to weigh more, and it's going to put more weight toward
right.
the grip in the club. Again, think of like your heavier putter heads of today. It's going to counterbalance it a little bit. Whereas if you have that on your piece of crap $12 non-name brand whatever putter shaft, like it's going to feel like you have a giant axe at the end of like a paintbrush.
Yeah. So this kind of balances that pendulum a little bit more or
Right.
helps balance that a little bit
So it
more.
stays smooth, stay
Yeah.
on your stroke. It stays quiet, and I don't I'm not going to tell you it's got all this like, lie angle balance lab directed force 2.1 putter
Sure,
technology into it,
sure.
but it is easier to keep quiet, have a nice smooth balanced stroke. Look, maybe it's a placebo effect, but I found my stroke was much more quiet. Therefore, I was getting a nice squared face delivered at impact, which means as long as I'm lining up decent, I'm hitting my targets. In theory, I'm going to make a few more putts if I'm hitting it accurate every time. Imagine that. Does it help you with distance control? I don't know. That's on you. In theory, though,
I was gonna say, you're I think you're about to get in because
yep,
this is the 3rd time we've done this, you're about to get into feel, and I feel like sometimes feel can get into a distance
correct.
control thing. Yep.
So the next factor is this amplified feel that KBS says it deliver is telling you it should deliver, right?
Right,
Everybody's
right.
different. Everyone has different hands and preferences and putting strokes, you'll see. But this amplified feel is supposed to, enhance, give you more feedback in your hands. The other thing this design is doing is reducing vibration. Now, I think people might read that and take that as like two independent things, but I think they
Mhm.
go together. I did notice a nice reduction in vibration, and you really realize with putter shafts like this that even on a normal putter shaft, when you hit the sweet spot, there is a sense of vibration through the club. Obviously, when you hit the toe and the heel, yeah, you feel that vibration, but like even a sweet spot hit, like there's still a sense of vibration. When you putt with it, with I found when I'm putting with this shaft, you're like, wow, I never realized how much standard steel shafts are vibrating my hands even on good putts.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Just how much noise is involved in a standard middle of the face putt.
imagine hitting a very soft rock with a piece of metal might vibrate up another piece of metal attached to it.
Right,
Shocking.
right,
So
right.
with this KBS one-step shaft, what I noticed, the sweet spot putts had very, very little vibration, like almost negligible. And I went, man, like I said, I never realized how much other putter shafts vibrate even on a good one. And then when you
Yeah,
hit towards the toe and the heel, they vibrate a little bit, not a ton there either. But it isn't like, oh, it's so dead. The vibration being removed is just killing the feel of the shaft. Like you know exactly where you hit the ball. The feedback's fine, but
yeah,
you're getting this like it's it's a it's a dampened vibration, right? It's not you're just
yeah,
not getting a ton of it. Now here's the thing. Why that amplifies your feel because you aren't fighting to find that feedback through vibration. That like distorts your feel a little bit, right? You remove that from the equation,
yeah.
your feel is amplified. You
There
have
you
better
go.
so I don't know if it's like more feel necessarily. Oh, wow, I get a lot more feedback in my hands, but you don't have all that extra junk.
It may just be like a cleaner feel, like, you may
Right.
not even know how much noise is coming from the shaft of a putter until you remove it, and then
Right.
suddenly yeah,
So, like I know exactly where I hit it and like there's no question in my mind what's happening because I'm not fighting going, "Ah, that feel great, whatever." You just feel the direct feedback from where you struck the putter face. So, I don't
there
know.
you go.
I really like it. Like I said, it's more stable and balanced coming through. The feel is I like that they use this word amplified. I think that's a good word to use for it, but it's very, very clean, very precise, very smooth. Um,
Huh,
it's early, I don't know. We have a foot of snow outside, if not more. It's not like
right.
I'm playing this a few weeks in a row here out on the course. So I don't know if it's going to be a permanent thing, a change I will look to go with. But put it this way, this time of year, given the conditions I just mentioned, has my attention, and I fully intend on putting some time in. And I will say this doesn't happen often. My dad sent me a text message today, and he's like, "What does Goldilocks feel?" I had explained to him, like, right, it's just right. It's not too much, it's not too little, it's just right, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
okay. He goes, like, I have to be honest with you. I read that review today, and I think I might need that putter shaft. I'm like, you didn't even play golf once last year. I know. I think I need one. I said, all right, well, I did my job. Told you
There
about
you
my
go.
experience, and I moved you to feel a way about golf equipment. Done.
You've done your job twice because I would also like to give that putter shaft a go.
Good news for you. I found them in my garage today when I was looking for some wedge shafts. So, game on. Game
Sweet.
on. Like I mentioned, 3 finishes. You have chrome, you have polished black, PVD, matte black PVD. The matte black, sick. I love it. One piece of wisdom I will share with everybody.
Oh, this is a good one.
Make sure you know what tip size your putter shaft or your putter head takes for a shaft. If you're a DIYer like myself, because I'm a big golf builder, I don't know if you know this. If you're a DIYer, if you have a Scotty Cameron, I think Bettinardi, but a lot of these boutique brands, they use 0.355. I don't know if they're tapered, but 0.355 tips, smaller tip.
Yeah.
If you try to install this in your Scotty Cameron studio, so I don't know what the models are anymore anyway, your fancy $400 Scotty Cameron putter, it's not going to fit. And if you bring it somewhere, because you aren't a club builder, again, make sure you know and they know, because the only way they're going to be able to get that shaft to fit into your Scotty Cameron is to like bore out some of that hosel, and then it'll fit in there. Well, then if you ever want to go back, you're going
Yeah.
to have to get a different shaft. You won't be able to get your, authentic $30 Scotty Cameron putter shaft that really is just massively upcharged. So keep that in mind. Know what you're getting yourself into. At this time, it is only available in 0.370 tip size. Like I said in my unboxing video, who knows? The same thing happened when they released the CT Tour putter shaft. It came out in 370. Eventually, they released it in a smaller size. So I would assume if the One-Step continues to do well and there's a high demand for it, KBS will eventually release it in 355 as well. All right. Any that was not out of the now I think 4 gear talks. This was not the best one of them, but I feel like the information's still there.
This is a pretty good one, man. I think you're being hard on yourself. This is a pretty good one. I think we hit the high notes. I didn't show off my grandfather's putter to show what the steps look like, but whatever.
Do you know, knowing that, I purposely didn't go deep into step talk. I'm like, wait, he doesn't have that for the example.
Appreciate it. It's right here. I mean, I could get to it, but like, I don't know if it'd be in focus. It's a whole thing. So just close out the segment.
So if you don't have any other questions, Chris, this concludes the KBS One-Step putter shaft gear talk. All right, that was a riveting gear talk in our makeup show. Hey, look, this show could have been worse. It could have been worse.
I mean, for sure, we've done worse shows when we've tried to do good shows.
When we weren't feeling down and defeated.
Right.
I love you.
When I wasn't exhausted by the whole thing.
When you text me before the show, like, all right, I'm going to go make a drink and I'll be right in there. And I'm like, whatever, man, whatever you got to do. Like total Eeyore defeatism. And then I tell you, I'm just getting into character. Don't worry about it. All right.
Hey, by the way, what I forgot to mention before we get into our next segment, I've got these, which I pointed out in the first time that we did this show. Can you see those?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I've got these now, and it turns out when you order something from secondcitygolf.com, I know your address. So for those that have bought something,
it will be weird one day. Like, don't worry, we'll figure that out too. But
well, here's the thing. Now that since we're relatively a small operation, I can do this, and I can go back and send out stickers to people that have already bought something. So if you buy something here in the next couple of weeks, you're going to get followed up with some handy dandy that Range Life stickers.
And if you're co-host on the show, you're gonna get 50
Oh,
of
that's
these
right.
nice holographic ones in the mail soon.
Yeah, there you go.
50 of them.
You have access to the addresses too, so you should just start sending some out. Everyone, let's just start sending stickers out.
Who knows what you'll get in the mail for B?
There's going to be a sticker in a brand new facility in St. Louis. He's going to be a guest on my show, which is a good kind of segue. He is asked for stickers for a wall. He's doing a whole wall of stickers at this. It's kind of like it's an indoor uh, facility. It's like a
It's a
five
good.
iron,
It's a place for him to rep the homies.
and yeah, and he exactly, and he has asked for stickers, and so there will be a sticker on a wall in St. Louis at this place, at this simulator place.
It'd be a shame if we had to go down there and do a show post COVID, huh?
We could. He's actually a pretty awesome human being.
Real shame
He
if
would
we have to do
he
that.
he would have us.
I would just hate for that to happen. Um,
Okay.
all right,
Anyways,
enough time about golf homies.
yeah.
Let's just wrap this thing up. Chris, Golf Origin Stories, hit podcast. Had a good guest on today as this show is being recorded. Why don't you tell us about that, and I'll tell everybody just to go listen to it. Golf Origin Stories, where
Yes.
all your podcasts are sold.
So yes, I had Noelle Zavaleta, who is the marketing manager and social media manager for Srixon, Cleveland, A6, and
Zexio,
Zexio.
yeah.
Yeah, and Zexio. And so I had her on the show, and I had some fun with her. I mean, we talk about, the theme of the show is how did you fall in love with golf? When did you fall in love with golf? And so we get into that, but I also had some fun with her because she played as an amateur with like the Southern California PGA Junior Tour, and she also played in college. And so I was able to pull up some of her rounds, hole by hole, mind you, and review some things when she was like 14 years old. So that was pretty fun.
Sounds a little weird how you say it, but I know what you mean. Turns out, by the way, for those that don't know, because I would say Noelle is one of the more bubbly, outgoing, upbeat personalities in golf media,
It's true. And she's
and
very modest. She's very modest.
she is a stick.
Yes.
Like,
Yes, she can play some golf.
if
No doubt.
you're ever in Southern California and you run in to I'll say young blonde gal playing Strixons with pink paint fill, check
Right.
the faces, see if they're dime sized wear marks.
Right.
You probably ran into Noelle. Don't gamble. You'll
I was
lose.
about to say, do not gamble
Oh, I'm a
because you
two
will lose.
handicap. Like, you better ask her for about 10 strokes a side.
It's
Maybe, all right, 10, maybe a lot per side, but like, she'll kill you.
She'll roll you. Yeah.
If you
If you
don't
say
believe it, like she posts her swing and stuff playing. You're like, Christ, man.
yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
Noelle's great. Good.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to the show yet. I can only imagine it's good. She's a lot of fun. Obviously, Chris is all right. So check that out. I was talking with Chris last night too. There's a lot of good guests coming up on GOS in the near future. Hey, since the show screwed up, good news. That a random idea we had for a show that we turned out, I'm like, actually, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
That's now a secret again.
You're right. You're right.
That cat's not out of the bag. And I hated it because even going to bed, I'm like, God, this thing has legs. So Chris and I might have a new thing coming up, just saying. And
It's true.
it's not bad, and it could have some people, just saying.
It actually was a pretty good random brainstorm idea during the show that doesn't exist any longer.
Right.
Episode that doesn't exist any longer. Anyways, what do you got going on the website?
Yeah, drivingcheers.com. New tour edge irons came out this week, or were announced this week. So go read all the details on that. Actually, as you're watching this, you can go check out more details about that new store we launched. That's up. That's up on the site now. You can buy. I mean, let me put it this way: I had one Drive Range Heroes hoodie that I bought through this setup Chris has like about a year ago, and within, I don't know, 10 days here, I think I own 6 Drive Range Heroes hoodies now.
and a pair of pants. You've already given away a hat
Yep.
to a fellow golf pal. I mean, you've really jumped all in. And I will say this too, in terms of the store, like go check it out, buy stuff that you like, whatever you want to do. Once I feel like you and I are comfortable with the sizing and production of it.
Right.
I think that's why we're buying all this stuff. Once that happens, I feel like maybe we should start, maybe give away some stuff every once in a while. Like maybe if someone leaves a good comment, then they'll get some merch.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
We'll definitely be giving merch away for sure.
yeah,
Um, but that's the thing, as I'm getting the finger pointed at me, like my ridiculous ordering here. I'm like, yeah, because I don't want to have a golf shirt listed and someone gets it and it's like, this is like wearing a piece of crap
right,
undershirt.
right,
We're trying to be
right.
like, I
Which
mean,
thankfully we have not experienced yet. I don't believe you've taken anything down from the store.
I haven't taken anything down for sure, but there's been
Yeah,
some stuff I'm like, oh, that's good. Maybe we're underpricing it, and I've had a couple things I'm like, no, it's good right where it's at.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, we're figuring it out, and yeah, Chris is right. As we get rolling, we'll definitely be giving some of that stuff away.
Yep.
Um, I love it, and the couple things I have on the way right now, like, I am so excited for.
Bill genuinely does love this stuff, man. You really, really do. And I love that you love it so much. It makes me happy. When I get the emails of the orders, I'm like,
Oh, it's simple.
Bill, Bill found a couple of bucks under the couch.
Yeah,
He's
well,
spending it on.
and I'm all about the, like, simplification of life. I've been telling these guys, not kidding you, I am going to wear nothing like t-shirts, hoodies, kind of a thing. Like, it's just gonna be Drive Range Heroes. Just that's it. There's no thought that goes into it. There's no like going to the store looking for things I like. It's like what color DRH shirt will it be today? Maybe mix in that range life. Maybe a little golf unfiltered and golf origin stories just to add some spice to my life. But I told the same thing, like right now, this golf shirt we're sampling here. It's available in 3 different colors, and then there's another logo in 3 different colors as well. And I'm like, this is gonna also make golf easier for me. Whereas think about like, oh, I
Right.
really like that Peter Millar pattern at this golf shop I'm at. I'm gonna buy that for $100. Now it's like I wear a navy, a white, or a black Driver and Heroes golf shirt every time I play.
That's right.
That's it. I'm I'm
That's
in.
awesome.
Simplifying my life. All right.
That's right.
If you haven't already, do us a favor. Hey, look, feel sorry for us. Give this video a thumbs up, okay? And then
It's true. It's true. For real.
worked
We've
we
put a
worked
lot
hard
of
on these
work into
past
this.
couple shows
What?
too, yeah. So bad. Um so like the video, subscribe to Chris's channel. We're cranking out unboxings, what's in the box.
It's true.
Chris
There's
Chris
so
is
much coming.
Chris is killing it with these news posts lately. Um,
That's true. That's
there's so
true.
much. It's like I don't read them on my own site. I just tell Chris, like, "Hey, here's a news thing you should post." And when you're done with the video, I'll watch it so I can learn about the product. Uh, check them out. They're real good, real good. And in true Chris fashion, he's like, "Oh, these will be easy to do," and he's putting way too much effort into them,
Right.
and it shows. They're good.
You have no idea. I haven't even talked to you about what's sitting in a couple of online carts just for some in the news segments because I'm a psycho.
Oh, God. All right. Well, we'll be talking about that after we wrap up the show here. So yeah, like, subscribe, do all that. Leave some comments. We'll be back next week on our games. Top notch
Sure.
show for you. We promise. Unless you like this, maybe we'll just keep doing them this way. We don't
Yeah,
know.
if you enjoy this format with me on a couch and Bill with his hood on his head, I mean, let us know.
I have 6 Drive Range Heroes hoodies now, so I can wear a hood and not wash my hair every week. It's fine. All right. That's
All
episode
right, man.
56.7. Thanks for joining us. I'm Bill Bush, DriveRangeHeroes.com. He's Chris McEwen at Chris McEwen on social media. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next week.